The 1920s had been a change for Americans involving social and political changes. Many companies grew larger, providing more jobs, wages for jobs increased, and many families had enough money to buy new products. Farm living became less common and city life became more common. The nation's wealth doubled, goods coming from all around the country, and much more. However, one drastic change that occurred had been something that affected the lives that made household living sane and manageable. The production of electricity and plumbing made living more sustainable and benefited the whole. Electricity had been a major contributor to the production of technology that helped household chores become an easier task for housewives and maids at the time. The production of electricity and water transformed household tasks and beneficial to American living. By 1920, 34.7% of homes had workable electricity, and by 1930, 67.9% had electricity. However, most farmhouses did not receive this benefit and did not improve house living, but most cities and urban areas had much more growth. Another production that had been added to the households had been plumbing. Plumbing included hot and cold water and became more available, but mostly towards city living.
By 1929, 71% of urban homes had indoor plumbing, which produced more sanitary environment and less cleaning of the outdoors. There had also been a major increase of availability of water and electricity, which made it possible for home appliances that changed daily American life.
Over time, companies and manufacturers created advancements of technology, and a majority of these household items are still used today, such as the washing machine. Created in 1907 by Alva J. Fisher and produced by Hurley Electric Laundry Equipment Company, the washing machine had been a major invention and made household work bearable. The washing machine made household work less strenuous and less time-consuming while being more efficient and manageable. The production also benefited women and children by not having to wash items by hand or on a washboard, and household duties such as washing clothes would on average take 8 hours, but with the washing machine, the time it took would be cut in half. Another invention that benefited the community had been the production of the radio. Invented in 1913 by Guglielmo Marconi, the radio helped with communication and broadcasts. Radios broadcasted news reports, sports, comedy talk shows, and so much more. This communication connected society and made communication quick and more interesting.
Invented in 1921 by Charles Strite, the toaster had been an easy use to heat up not only toast but other products to be unthawed and toasted. Although it might have not been a large contributor to changing society, it made a major impact on food companies and eating simpler. However, it was not until 1930 that bread was produced sliced.
Refrigerators had also been a major contribution to the community. Before refrigerators, people used ice boxes to keep supplies and hunted meats cool in order to keep fresh. However, lack of refrigeration caused foods and meats to spoil and caused major illnesses within families. The refrigerator provided everlasting freshness for foods that needed to be kept cool. The refrigerator also allowed less time needed to replace ice, which had been something hard to find if not nearby. Invented in 1924 by Willis Kamer, he originally invented the weather maker, which produced cool air throughout a household. This invention launched a new form to architecture and altered how Americans lived, and because of the invention, it helped produce new forms of products that could not have been used without the help of man-made weather. It also helped with our relationship with nature by shifting the weather changes into something more workable for society and largely fueled high-heated cities such as Texas, Arizona, and Miami. Invented in 1923, the traffic signal had been one of the most significant productions in the 1920s. The traffic signal originally had been invented for trains to maneuver and be warned when oncoming traffic was nearby, but as time went on, problems with cars, horse-drawn carriages, and pedestrians in big cities upward. Because of these three ways of transportation had traveled the same roads and created more collisions, the traffic signal had been installed to direct traffic safely and more efficiently.
The jet engine, invented in 1927, had been a large impact. Invented by Frank Whittle, the purpose of the turbojet engine was to cross oceans partially, which had been a success. The turbojet engine was later installed upon planes and helped transform travel across the Atlantic Ocean.
At the time, and still today, electricity had a major impact on society in the 1920s. Everything changed in the way someone lived. There had been access to a large ice machine to keep food fresh. There had been the production of a machine to easily clean clothes for efficiently and faster production, and even contraptions to fly. Access to electricity provided power required to run devices and power items in terms of survival. Electricity provided an opportunity for a change and prosperity for many Americans, and especially more opportunities for women.